If you're feeling kinda low about the dues you've been paying, the future looking much too slow, and you wanna run but somehow you just keep on staying, can't decide which way to go. Yeah, I understand about indecision. I don't care if I get behind people living in competition. All I want is to have my peace of mind. Now you're climbing to the top of the company ladder. Hope it doesn't take too long. Can't you see there'll come a day when it won't matter? Come a day when you'll be gone. Whoa, I understand about indecision. I don't care if I get behind people living in competition. All I want is to have my peace of mind. Take a look ahead. Take a look ahead. Yeah. Woo! Come on, Steve. Everybody's got advice, they just keep on giving. Doesn't mean too much to me. Lots of people have to make believe they're living, can't decide who they should be. I understand about indecision. I don't care if I get behind people living in competition. Well, all I want is to have my peace of mind. Take a look ahead. Take a look ahead. Look ahead.
And the King Street Band. Awesome. Good morning. How is everyone this morning?
Fantastic.
Beautiful. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. I am Jonathan Zenz. I'm the spiritual director here, and it is such a joy to say hello and welcome, and to have you join us on this beautiful, beautiful first day of spring. Can you believe it's the first day of spring? Yay! Grateful for that.
We need you to stretch a little bit.
I need to stretch.
Oh,
Oh.
my. Oh dear. Had a minor string accident.
Well, when a band rocks out like that, strings are bound to be broken. All right, well, let's see. What shall we do? All right, so as he fixes the string, let's actually talk about a couple of things first of all. We come to the Center for Spiritual, I don't know if you do, but I know that I come to the Center for Spiritual Living every Sunday to celebrate an idea. And the idea that I celebrate is that there is one creative source in the universe. That creative source is the energy that binds each and every one of us, and it is in fact who and what we are. And when we come to alignment with this idea, I believe that our lives get better. So that's why I come and celebrate every single Sunday, because I want my life to continue to get better and better and better and better. And it has. I've been, before I was a spiritual director, I attended a center every Sunday. Are you almost done? I attended a spiritual center every Sunday for years and years and years. And quite frankly, my life did get better as a result. So I am grateful for this teaching. I'm grateful for this philosophy. And in fact, I'm going to talk a little bit about the concepts of the philosophy that I do and do not agree with a little bit today. Because there are, what don't I agree with in this philosophy? There's not much that I don't agree with in this philosophy. What I am thinking about, though, is how do we approach the philosophy? And that's a lot of what I'm going to be talking about today. So I trust that you're on this journey with me in some capacity. Yes? Yes. We also are going to celebrate membership today. And we have been doing a drive for members. And not that, so a couple of things around that. We decided at the annual general meeting back in January that we were going to go ahead and just purge all of the membership roles and start from scratch, so to speak. And so we've been in the process of actually calling upon everyone who feels that they are drawn to this place to be a member to fill out a membership form. And we have done that. We're going to celebrate anyone who filled out a form in the weeks leading up to today. And I'm excited about that because for me, what membership means within this center is that I've made a commitment not to this philosophy, not even really to this center, but to myself, that this is the path that I am on for me here now. And it does not preclude the idea that I can change my mind at some other time. And that's what I really want to make sure everyone understands with membership, that it is about your journey, not about you completely agreeing with the philosophy, because I don't completely agree with the philosophy all the time. Are you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
All right, what song are we doing?
We're waiting for you.
See, I can talk. That's one thing. I can talk. All right, we're going to sing Point of Power, this great Pierre Gautreau and Tanis Burnett original.
2, 3, 4.
Feel free to stand up and dance if you are so moved.
In this moment I feel joy. In this moment I feel joy. In this moment I feel joy. I feel joy. I feel joy. I feel joy. And the point of power is in this moment now. And the point of power is in this moment now. In this moment I feel grace. In this moment I feel grace. In this moment I feel grace. I feel grace. I feel grace. I feel grace. And the point of power is in this moment now. And the point of power is in this moment now. In this moment I feel love. In this moment I feel love. In this moment I feel love. I feel love. I feel love. I feel love. And the point of power is in this moment now. And the point of power is in this moment now. And the point of power is in this moment now. And the point of power is in this moment now.
Indeed, the point of power is in this moment now. Now I can speak.
No?
It's becoming increasingly clear to me that I have absolutely zero control of this organization.
Mom and Pop are back from out of town.
Yeah, Mom and Pop are back from out of town. The point of power. I literally have lost all control. Did I ever have control? That's a good question. I only have control of myself. That's the truth.
Is it rhetorical?
You know, there are people who are joining us here for the first time today that aren't in on all of the things that typically come up. So why don't I do this? Why don't I honor anyone who is joining us today for the first time, say hello to you, let you know that we are grateful that you've brought your consciousness to this space and this time. And I want you to know that we did a little research on you and we discovered something about you. And it's something that I think is important that we all express and share. And what we know about you, if you're visiting us for the first time, is what, everyone? You are magnificent. You are magnificent. And we know that you are magnificent because you're part of this magnificent whole, which we are all a part of. And we only know that you are magnificent because we know that about ourselves. So let's all affirm together, I am magnificent. And let's celebrate magnificence today. Yes. 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 Gosh, I think I've had too much coffee. No. I do want to invite up to the lectern a great, wonderful member of our center, a practitioner with our center, whom we do not see in person as often as many of the other practitioners in our center. It's because he just lives far away. So he comes and joins us when he is in town, and I'm so grateful that he is here to share his wisdom with each and every one of us today. So please welcome Michel Dole.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, everyone. Welcome this morning. First and foremost, I'm celebrating many things this week. So I know my spouse is online with my little sheepoo, J-Lo. And I would like to, I'm in this atmosphere of love because I've been with my spouse for 33 years. And J-Lo's turning 13 this week, and she's a big part of my life, so I will see you both tonight.
Awesome.
Thank you for that. So again, welcome, and I was reading my talk last night, and I wrote something on top of it, and I don't remember what it was, but I will read it to you, because obviously we all need to hear this. Spirit has chosen to express in the physical form as you. I'll read that again. Spirit has chosen to express in physical form as you. And I must say that I love this Global Vision project because it truly connects. See, I watch this every week online, and this connection that all these centers are having, we're all in the same consciousness, affirming this vision that we all have and that we're all experiencing. So for this week, it's Don't Bring Me Down, Bruce. No. That's automatic. It just comes with every time I read this. Don't bring me down and raise consciousness. So our founder, Ernest Holmes, says, the accumulated experience of the whole race is lodged in the subconscious of everyone and operates through everyone until a passageway is cleared back through the mind of spiritual presence, which has never been affected by the race thought. While perfection is at the center of everyone and everything, the ages have built up a sense of disease and discord, which has been transmitted from one person to another, it is lodged in the general race belief, more or less hypnotizes everyone from the cradle to the grave. So I'd like to share my experience about Don't Bring Me Down and Raise Consciousness. And this is my personal experience. So in the first 40 years of my life, I allowed people to bring me down. And I was trapped in race thought. I believed a lot of it. Like I said, in the first 40 years of my life, I edged goodness out. Not always, but I lived in a divided house. I lived in fear, resentment, anger, hate. It not only attached everyone and everything to me, it also attached unhappiness and dis-ease. With fear, what attached to me was anxiety, panic attacks, bouts of depression. With anger and resentment, what attached to me were years of prostate issues. And with hate, what also attached were heart diseases, and which showed up as a major heart attack for me. One of the first books that showed up in my life in perfect time was A Course in Miracles. As I started forgiving everyone and everything, including myself, the healing and the revealing began. Fear, resentment, hate, and anger transformed into love, peace, joy, and harmony. I experienced these things for the first time, really, in my life. I started feeling lighter and brighter immediately. As the Course says, forgiveness is the key to happiness. Through studying this philosophy, this faith, spirit, this way of life, I've come to understand and realize that the only one or only thing that can bring me down is moi, is me. I said at the beginning of this talk that I edged God out for 40 years. Well, for the next 40, I am entertaining goodness and God only. The science of mind says when the law of mind is used consciously, the individual maintains control of the body, happiness, circumstances, and environment by the degree of feeling faith behind the thought. For as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Every time Don't Bring Me Down comes up in consciousness now, I add my name to the end of it. Don't bring me down, Michelle. Instead of Bruce. It is now my business as a practitioner to free thought, to uncover from the bondage of this race suggestion. The practitioner withdraws from the contemplation of existing circumstances, and without contending against them, actually creates a new set of circumstances through consciously reversing the law that produced the condition, which ought to be changed. I have a affirmation this morning. I will say it once. I'll have you say it with me twice. It takes no time to be who I am. And nothing can be better than this moment. Let's say it together. It takes no time to be who I am, and nothing can be better than this moment. Once again, it takes no time to be who I am, and nothing can be better than this moment. Namaste. Thank you.
beautiful. Thank you for that. I'm going to invite us all to take that affirmation into our hearts. Allow it to simply be. There's an energy behind that affirmation, and let's let that energy fill us from that heart space, expanding beyond the heart into the whole. We are here. We are love. And this is what I remind myself of in every moment. I am remembering who I am. 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 As we continue to sing this, there's a second part to this. It's very simple, and you get to choose whichever part you'd like to sing, but the second part goes like this. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering. And so, from this resonant place of memory, allowing ourselves to go to that deep core of understanding in memory who we are, free of any circumstances, free of anything that we perceive to be limited in life. We are that expansive, infinite creative resource expressed as us. From this place, I invite Michelle to now lead us in an affirmative idea through spiritual mind treatment.
I am remembering who I am. I am conscious that I am surrounded by divine love and infinite wisdom. Right here, right now, I recognize one source. I call it spirit. I call it life. This life is good. This life is beautiful. This life is my life now. Right here, right now, in this present moment, on this first day of spring, I express and I speak these words for everyone gathered here. We are love. We are peace. We are joy. We are conscious. We are aware. We are all that goodness is. In this natural goodness, in this newness, I express my natural colors, my natural goodness. In this I delight and express. I'm at peace here. I delight here. I marinate here. And I delight in this. I have faith. I have power like the sun has power. I have strength like the moon has strength. I'm flooded in this brilliant light. I am content. I relax. And in this beautiful place I call life, I have faith that my word will not come onto me void. I am pleased, and I release these words to the law of mind, knowing that I'm exactly where I need to be. In this truth, I let go. Like winter, I just let it go. And together we say, and so it is.
So choose your part and let's harmonize. Here we go.
I am remembering who I am. 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 I am remembering who I am.
Thank you, Michelle. One of the things that I'm so grateful for is that we operate in a philosophy that celebrates individuality and uniqueness. And one of the things that I've always been blessed by is the calm demeanor that Michelle brings to his entire spiritual practice. It always brings me into a place of deep alignment, and so I'm grateful to you for your offering today. Thank you. Before we do the big song, we have some business. Yes, we have some business. They're all getting ready. I'm like, oh, I forgot to tell them that this is where this was happening. It is my intention today to honor our membership. And in the collection of membership forms, we're going to now celebrate you and celebrate what you bring to this center in terms of your consciousness and your willingness to say, yes, I am on a spiritual path that works for me today. So we had quite a run on forms. And it is my intention to read every single name for every single person that has stepped up to be a member of this center. Now, 57 people can't fit up here. So I'm not going to invite you to come and stand up here, but what I am going to do is ask for some assistance from Helen and perhaps maybe Michelle as well. And as I read these names, you have a welcome card and a membership card to the center. What the welcome card says, and you'll all read it. What the welcome card says is, my mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style.
Right?
That's a Maya Angelou quote. And what I wrote at the bottom is, may our connection support your life's mission. I am so grateful to everyone here. So, I attempted to put these into alphabetical order, and there may be mistakes. But that's okay, because Spirit is expressing perfectly. Kathy Allen. Rustin Baldwin. Yeah. Stephen Belair. Hey. Tanis Burnett. Everybody in our band has last names that begin with B, apparently. Sonia Byrne, who is in Egypt. Carol Calder. Thank you. Jim Kurswell. If you could take that up to Jim.
In the booth.
Patricia Clark. I know Patricia's here. There she is. Oh, there she is. Christine Clifford. Is Christine here today?
She's not here today.
Okay. Fran Correa. Thank you. George Crawford. There he is. As he walks away, Michelle Dahl. Lynette DeMello. Yves Denouly. Ah. Lena DeSanto. Deborah Filler. Brian Forwell. Carolee Joy Gall. Carrie Garnier. Actually, I keep walking. I should just be okay with people taking them. I'm such a control freak. I'm like, I have to take it. At least I can laugh at myself. Pierre Gautreau. Lena Grohl. Lena and Mike Grohl. Karen Geraldo. Did you take that down there? Marg Hux. Lori Leckwold. Ken Liu. I don't think Ken's here today. Carol McDonald, who I know is not here at the moment. Mira Mayer. Arlene Mazarol. Shahrose Merali. Nick Michelli. Tasha Michael. Dane Miller. Carlos Montoya. Rebecca Naylor. There we go. Ellen Neal. Tracy Rosenthal Newsom. Carmen Noseworthy. Fred Wimet. Carol Pasternak. Cheryl Pochak. Susan Powell. Kim Prince. Margaret Ann Snyder. Judy Salvin. Yelka Stanbridge. Marion Taylor. Derek Vallow. Helen Vallow. Okay, you can take Derek's if you'd like. Jackie Van Mels. Linda Visosky. Sophia Walker. Maria Wilson, do you want to take that for her? Marge Wingrove. Harold St. George. And Wynn Hofstede. Wynn, I have to still do your card because I just got your application literally 5 minutes ago. If you would take that to Wynn. Now, is there anyone who filled out a form that I missed? All right, just wanted to make sure. Again, membership is an idea in mind. And all ideas are subject to shift and change. And so I welcome everyone who has decided that this is their spiritual journey for them today. And I trust and know that all that is required for the greatness of your life to expand and express beyond just what it is today, because we're in a perfect state of constant evolution, I trust and know that it is present within each and every one of us right here and right now. And so welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. I'm grateful to have you on this journey. Welcome. We will be doing a membership celebration probably once a quarter, so if today has inspired you and you didn't fill out a form and we will honor you at the next celebration, all right? All right, I have to take a sip of water and prepare myself for this song that I'm singing today. And this song, it's funny, when this song was suggested, what Tanis doesn't know, because Tanis suggested that we do this song today. What she doesn't know is that while you were in New York last week, I actually went and watched the video of my installation ceremony where we introduced this particular song. And it feels quite appropriate, not that it's a closing of a time or a period, but that the next step in the evolution of my experience here is that I'm celebrating my ordination a week from Friday. And so it seems this song feels appropriate today. If you hear... There's a lot of energy in here today.
Isn't there, though? Dane, maybe take my mic down. I don't know if it's mine that's doing weird things.
We good?
We'll find out in a
We'll
minute.
find out, won't we?
Yeah.
If you hear this message, wherever you stand, I'm calling every woman, calling every man. We're the generation, we can't afford to wait. The future started yesterday, and we're already late. We've been looking for a song to sing, searched for a melody, searched for someone to lead. We've been looking for the world to change. If you feel the same, then go on and say, if you're out there, sing along with me. If you're out there, I'm dying to believe that you're out there. Stand up and say it proud. If you're out there, tomorrow's starting now. No more broken promises, no more call to war, unless it's love and peace that we're ready fighting for. We can destroy hunger, we can conquer hate. Put down the arms and raise your voice, we're joining hands today. Oh,
I was looking for a song to sing.
I searched for a leader, but the leader was me.
We were looking for the world to change.
But we can be heroes. Just go on and say, if you're out there, sing along with me. If you're out there, I'm dying to believe that you're out there. Stand up and say it proud. If you're out there, tomorrow's starting now. And say it loud. If you're out there, tomorrow's starting now. If you're out there, if you're out there, oh, if you're out there. If you hear this message, wherever you stand, I'm calling every woman, calling every man. We're the generation, can't afford to wait. The future started yesterday, and we're already late. Thank you. It's funny, I was struck with a lyric, of course, right in the middle of the song that actually bugged me. And I never really thought about it before. I have to go find it now. It bugged me, yeah. Let's see, where's the lyric? Oh, here's the lyric that bugged me, actually. and it's not the first part of the lyric. It says, no more call to war. No more call to war. And I agree with that. No more call to war. Let us step into an idea that does not require war. War is simply an idea that we have agreed to in mind. But the following lyric says, unless it's love and peace that we're really fighting for. And here's why it bugs me. We don't need to fight for love and peace. Love and peace is inherently who we are. And so let us not fight for love and peace. Let us stand up in love and peace. And that's when warfare ends. When we stand up at the core of our being, knowing who we are, which is the energy of love and peace, because those are attributes of a divine energy that is unshakable and unstoppable. I loved this quote that you used today, Michelle. Spirit has chosen to express in physical form as you. Spirit has chosen to express in physical form as you. In the same way that it has chosen to express in physical form as all of existence. Everything that exists is a part of this spiritual infinite mind. Now, there's a funny thing that happens in this because it's, the quote is, Spirit has chosen to express in physical form as you, as though Spirit had any say in the matter. And it did. Through you, as an individualization of the Spirit, it decided to show up in this time and in this place to have this experience. But Spirit in and of itself actually cannot choose in the way that we think about choice. Spirit simply does. Spirit simply expresses itself. It does not choose to express itself. It simply expresses itself by means of each and every one of us, by means of all things that exist, all things beyond the capacity for us to understand. Everything that exists beyond this time, this space, this action, all of it is part of a unified whole. And it simply flows and shows up and cannot help but do so. But we all get to use this infinite creative resource in the same way that Spirit shows up, and sometimes we get in our own way. Let's stop doing that. Albert Einstein is quoted with this idea: we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. So the title of today's talk is Don't Bring Me Down. Don't bring me down. Who are we talking to when we say, don't bring me down? Say that again? Oh, really? Thank you, Michelle. The truth is, we're talking to ourselves, as always. Don't bring me down. But we must tell ourselves that because it's not up to anyone else to raise us up. The way we are raised up is by understanding who we are and how we experience life. And so if we feel like we are oppressed, it is up to us to move past the idea in our own mind that there is an oppressor. The only reason that there is an oppressor is because we have decided to experience the oppression. That's hard for people to hear, right? Because we have been brought up in a culture that is okay with, on some level, victimization. But victimization is an idea in mind. Okay. I know that there are going to be people who say, but what about? But what about? But what about? And I get that. There are too many incarnations of the divine experience for me to address in, 5 more minutes. All right, what do I really need to talk about today? There are far too many things that we could look to as ideas that would contradict what I'm saying today. But at the end of the day, here's what I know. Taking personal responsibility knows that regardless of what shows up in our lives, we are the ones who can step forward and change it. Each and every one of us. Each and every one of us. It is not contingent upon anyone else's idea, although if we are in alignment with someone else's idea, we can be suppressed by that idea. So, Are you ready today to step forth? Well, that was resounding. Are you ready to step forth? Yes. And now I've just spit all over myself. It's just one of those days. Okay. Now, one of the things that does happen is we come into alignment with what we call race consciousness. I'm not going to ask you if you know what race consciousness is, because I'm going to tell you what it is anyway. Race consciousness is an idea, and what it is, it's an idea or a collective idea that is held by a particular group. All right? So, for instance, we in this room have a unique individualized expression of race consciousness because we are energetically aligned in some capacity right here and right now. And that's what's brought us all to this experience. Right in this moment, this is a race consciousness. Okay? That we are a particular group of people here and now. There is a race consciousness of Toronto. There's a race consciousness of this city. There's a race consciousness of this country. So any way that we can split up, we perceive the split of groups of people or groups of individuals, that constitutes a race consciousness. Now, there is also that race consciousness that we have all agreed to on some level through our families. There's a race consciousness, right? So there are beliefs that we took on as our own because that's what our families supported. And there was a race consciousness within that family. There was a collective idea within that family structure, that family unit that we have agreed to, and some of us have decided not to agree with any longer. And so our lives change once we decide to let that go. Are y'all following me? Because I really am. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have like 5 minutes. That's okay. Because this is important to me. This is important to me. We are all subject to race consciousness. Every single one of us is subject to race consciousness. And race consciousness has an effect on our choice-making process. And so there are choices that we make unknowingly that are in alignment with a race consciousness that may or may not be supporting our great expression of life. And there are choices that we make that are in alignment with race consciousness that absolutely do support our greatest expression of life. The universe is infinite. The universal mind is infinite. And so there are infinite possibilities for all of this. Being subject to race consciousness is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. We give it a bad rap a lot of the time because we talk about race consciousness, usually in classes and things like that, we talk about race consciousness being the ideas that don't support the greatest expression of life. But why don't we decide that we are the ones who are going to step into an idea that says, yes, I am standing firm in my individualized use of consciousness to begin to create a race consciousness around me because I attract to me that which I am in my own mind, that which is like me, I attract to myself. And I create a race consciousness all around me that stands for only love and peace. That's creating a race consciousness for the good of humanity. Part of what we are here to do each week is to affirm those types of ideas. At least that's what I stand for. We are here to affirm those types of ideas collectively, so that when we leave this time in this place, we move beyond these walls and we take this into our lives and we affect the people around us with love and peace and joy and harmony. Each of us is at choice to accept or reject this collective idea, or any collective idea. Emerson, in his essay on self-reliance, which was one of the first major influences on Ernest Holmes, who was the founder of this branch of the New Thought philosophy that we call religious science. I'm doing a little bit of historical reference so that those who are in my practitioner class will understand and know that this may be something that comes up on their exam this week. The essay Self-Reliance, Emerson, great influence on Ernest Holmes. Anything that you've studied previous to this term may come up on your exam. That's one thing I just want to let my practitioner students know. He wrote this. This is one of my favorite quotes of all time. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Let us all stand firm in our understanding that we are individualizations, unique and perfect in and of ourselves, without anybody else telling us what we need to know. Don't even listen to me. Wow. Okay, listen to me, but you know what? Question it. Question it. I talked a lot about the concept of critical thinking as an educational tool. Question what you hear. Question everything around you. And learn for yourself what resonates and works for you. There is a global vision that we are supporting in this center that I have said, that I agree with, that we can, as a community, work to create a world that works for everyone. That is the global vision of the larger organization, the Centers for Spiritual Living. We are here to create a world that works for everyone. Creating a world that works for everyone, however, is achieved not by thinking alike. We are not here to be robotic thinkers, always thinking alike. What I believe is that a world that works for everyone is achieved through compassion and understanding. That when we all align ourselves with compassion and understanding, however that shows up for us, that supports the idea of love and peace, and that is creating a world that works for everyone. So last week I talked a lot about an identity crisis that I was going through, and I rewatched that talk and I realized, wow, I didn't really go into a lot of detail about what that identity crisis is, but I'm going to tell you one part of it. And I actually had to affirm and confirm this idea by going and watching one of our leaders give a talk. So, we're part of a large organization called the Centers for Spiritual Living. This is one center in part of a larger center. In North America, we have maybe 500 centers, right? Oddly enough, this is the only one in Canada east of Winnipeg. So, I'm grateful that you're here. But the leadership in this organization, this, if anybody's watching, wow, maybe they're going to kick me out now. The leadership in this organization stands for an idea that I actually don't agree with. Frequently what I hear from the leadership in this organization is this idea. They stand up and they say, we have the greatest teaching in the world. We have the greatest teaching in the world. I don't agree with that. We have a great teaching. And I know that this great teaching has worked for me personally. And I suspect if you are here because it works for you personally. But I find it actually quite patronizing to say that ours is the greatest teaching. I don't agree with that. When we step into saying we have the greatest teaching in the world, we have turned into an old paradigm that says we're going to close ourselves off and say that this is the only way people should be and this is the only philosophy that anyone should hold on to. That does not work for me. And I'm not here to be angry about that. I'm here to say, let us all step beyond the bonds of this idea that the larger organization stands for and do, as I frequently say, we are rebels in this center. I am a rebel. But the people who started this New Thought philosophy were rebels as well. It's why the history of New Thought is in a book called Spirits in Rebellion. Because they were thinking outside the box. They were going beyond the concepts that had been holding humanity at bay for so long and oppressing people. So this philosophy works for me. That's all I will ever stand up here and say. This philosophy works for me. Awesome. And what I want you to know is that I will continue to share my life as an example of a teaching that works. It is a teaching that works. There is room enough in the infinite mind for all teachings. For all teachings. If we believe that ours is the only teaching, we have said that there's a limitation on infinite mind. What does that make infinite mind? Finite, closed, restricted. This teaching works for me, and as long as I am here, I will support this teaching until it doesn't work for me any longer. And then look out, because I may move on to something else. And that's okay. We should all have the freedom and openness to say, I am on a life's journey that is open to interpretation and open to questioning. That's why it is important for me to state on our membership Sunday that being a member of this center is not the end-all, be-all of your experience. This is where you are now. And I'm grateful for your membership. I am grateful that we are on this journey together and that we collectively create a community of compassion, love, understanding, peace, harmony, and joy. This is the greatest teaching for me that I have come across, and that I do affirm for me. What is it in your mind that you affirm today? And you don't have to shout it out. What is it in your mind that you affirm today works for you? This is what I want you to question this week. This is what I want you to question this week. And in the answer to that question, look for these possibilities. That the answer to all these questions are from this point of view. Love only, forgive everything, and remember who you are. Namaste. I'm going to invite us all to take out whatever it is we are choosing to offer the center today in terms of a financial contribution or a tithe, however you choose to refer to it, your investment in the center, your investment in yourself. It occurs to me I don't have a sheet. Can I borrow your sheet? You want to stand up here with me so you can read this too? One of the things I said last week is that we're going to start doing this divine givingness statement as a community going into our time of giving. Come on up here, because it's written there, right? So if you look on your announcements sheet on the lower right-hand corner is what is listed as the divine giving statement. And I invite you to hold whatever it is, recognizing that money is God in action. It is simply an energy and is simply a representation of a greater idea that we partake in the law of circulation and that we are open to the flow. We receive it, we give it, we do not limit the flow. And so let's read this together. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that the infinite divine source, Spirit, is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of this, my spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so as the baskets go around, thank you, we're going to sing, I Am So Blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I'm so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I'm so grateful, grateful, grateful. I'm so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We're so grateful for all that we have. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We're so grateful, grateful, grateful. We're so blessed. So I'm going to invite Michelle, as the baskets come up, to do a blessing over this offering.
In this attitude of gratitude and love and peace and joy and beauty, this is the law of circulation, right here, right now, flowing like the river, like the current, in and out and over, and it gets exactly to where it needs to go or be in this truth, in this flow. We are grateful, we are blessed. And in this natural goodness, we do flow and we do get to where we need to go. I am grateful and blessed, and I release these words to the law of mind, knowing the gratitude and the love right here, right now. I release, I let go, and together we say, and so it is.
We are so blessed. Yeah, we are so blessed. Oh, we are so grateful for all that we have. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We're so grateful, 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 grateful. We are so
All right. Indeed, we are blessed. So a couple of things. I got to start reining them in a little bit, I think, maybe. A couple of things that I do want to draw to your attention on the announcements sheet. Today, as the celebration of the first day of spring, we're going to do some spring cleaning in our gift and bookstore. So everything today is 25% off. Everything. That also means if it says 50% off, it'll be 25% off of the 50%.
No way!
Yeah, way. Totally. So I invite you to check that out. A couple of workshops that are coming up. We have the Open Heart Discovery Workshop, which is the Ho'oponopono Workshop, which is being led by Rita Andriello and Patrick Farron from the Center for Spiritual Living, Kauai. They will be here on April 2nd from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. You can sign up for that in the bookstore. Also, Sonia Byrne, our member and practitioner who is in Cairo, Egypt, will be offering on April 10th her workshop on gratitude and gratitude journaling. It's called Your Brain on Gratitude, More Than a Good Idea. And she will...
Here?
Here. She's going to be here. I know, she's traveling like crazy. So she will be here on April 10th to offer that workshop. You can sign up for that also in the store. I'm going to invite up to speak to you for just a couple moments Judy Southern and Susan Powell, who are going to talk to you a little bit about this event that we're having on April 1st.
Yes, we are having a very, very special event. As you know, Jonathan is being officially ordained. And we need to know who's coming. We do know that there are around 65 people who have let us know that they are coming. So please, if you haven't let us know, because we want to have enough food for you, we want to be able to prepare a wonderful celebration for everybody. So you can phone the office, you can email info@csltoronto.com, or you can sign up on the sheet that's already at the front desk. So let us know. So we are expecting around 80 to 100 people. We know there's 65 to 70 right now, so please let us know if you're going to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Judy. Susan.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Nice to see everybody here, all these smiling faces and all this great music and an awesome message, and to everybody at home also. I'm looking after the food. We have 11 volunteers to help set up and serve and clean up and everything, but we can always use a few more helping hands, please. If we're gonna, I didn't realize until just a few minutes ago that we were having such an awesome large crowd, and that's great. So we're gonna have to have some people to help us with all of that, and also to bring dishes. It's all potluck, and I have 11 volunteers so far that have signed up, and we have a total of about 16 dishes. We have vegan friends, part of the family. that we need everybody to have a little bit of everything here. There's going to be a bar set up for wine and beer, and there'll be music, and I believe live music also. And so please come and have fun and join us and have a really good time. There's the volunteer list at the back. I'm not going to be here next Sunday, but if you could sign up today, that would be great. Just put your name on the list and your telephone number, and I'm going to be making phone calls this week and next week, before the week after, just before the week of the party. And we'll get everything organized, and it's all going to be perfect. And so please come out and have fun, and let's rock on. So have a great day, everybody. Thank you.
I love it. Let's rock on. It's going to be a great, great experience. Rita Andriello and Patrick Farron are joining us here from Hawaii for the event. And my mentor in ministry, James Mellon, is going to be here to conduct the official ceremony, which I'm really excited about and grateful that he is making his plan to be here as well. So, have I forgotten anything? Beautiful. Let's allow ourselves to simply relax where we are and go into an expression and experience of gratitude. This was a request, this particular song. It's actually one of my favorites. And it's a great reminder to me to release, let go, and allow. So let us all do that right here now. Release, let go, and allow. It's like the air around me. It's like the sunlight on my face. I feel the love of God surround me. I am touched by amazing grace. And all I ever wanted, and all I ever needed, was already there. Closer than the sunlight, nearer than the air. And I breathe in, and I am filled with the Spirit. And it is health to my body. It is peace to my mind. It is joy. It is joy to my soul. And I breathe out a simple prayer of thank you. And my breath becomes a song that was singing all along, that is singing everywhere. It is nearer than the air. And so I allow myself in this moment to resonate in that place of understanding that the infinite divine spirit is closer than I can ever imagine, because it is a part of who I am, and it is a part of what each and every one of us is. The fullness of us is this spirit. We are each of us perfection embodied. We are each of us love expressed. We are each of us stepping into the deepest memory of the core of our being. Right here and right now. This is the truth. And so I step into the understanding of allowing this perfection of spirit to flow in everything This is my choice right here, today, in this moment. And I resolve in knowing that my life unfolds perfectly, and so do the lives of every single person within the sound of my voice. Our lives are constantly unfolding as greatness, in greatness, and for the highest good. I release and let go and step back into this deepest understanding. So right here, with a resonance of gratitude, I say yes, 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 sweet Spirit, bring it on. Bring on the greatest expression of life, for I am equal to it in the here and now. I am grateful for everything that has conspired through Spirit to make this experience happen here today. I'm grateful for our board members on duty, Karen and Fred, and our greeter, Judy. Grateful for Margaret Ann in the bookstore, Lori and Jackie for setting up. Grateful to Mira for cleaning up after service, and for Dane on sound, Jim on our webcast. Grateful for Harold and Helen and their commitment to be with the kids today. I'm grateful to Pierre Gautreau, the entire Queen Street Band. I am grateful. And I am grateful for the beautiful meditation led this morning by Lena. So grateful for the inspiration and words of wisdom and the inspiration of Michelle. I am grateful. So in gratitude, I simply let it be. I step out of the way and trust in full faith that the word I speak now is done. It is so, as together we say, and so it is. And I breathe in, and I am filled with the Spirit. And it is health to my body, it is peace to my mind, it is joy, it is joy, it is joy, joy to my soul. And I breathe out a simple prayer of thank you. And my breath becomes a song that was singing all along, that is singing everywhere. It is nearer than the air. It's like the air around me. It's like the sunlight on my face. I feel the love of God surround me. I am touched by amazing grace. And all I ever wanted, all I ever needed, was already there. Closer than the sunlight, nearer than the air. Thank you. We're going to end the day kicking this out into the street with Put a Little Love in Your Heart.
Think of your fellow man, give him a helping hand, put a little love in your heart. You see it's getting late, oh this way.